Way back in the 1980s, I was a young boy enamored with all kinds of amazing action figures. I had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He Man, Michael Jackson, and, I guess that's really more of a doll than an action figure. Never mind. But the most amazing toy I had was Voltron. I had all five lines that you could then connect together to form Voltron. And when Netflix announced they were bringing back Voltron, a little nostalgia tingle went up my spine. Then, when I watched it and it was good, I was ecstatic. But 6 year old Nate could have never dreamed of what I've just experienced Voltron in virtual reality. I actually got to stand at the feet of Voltron and even pilot one of the lions. For this review, I want to discuss the story, graphic sound and immersion, gameplay, and then at the end I'll have some final thoughts. If you've seen the new show on Netflix, you know what you're in for here. It feels like you're playing through an episode of the show. As a matter of fact, I would watch every episode this way even without the gameplay elements. The story is as well written as any episode and takes you to some familiar locations. There's plenty of action and humor on display for the entire ride. It's evident that a lot of care was put into VR Chronicles, and I can only hope there's more to come from DreamWorks and Digital Domain. This graphical style is perfectly suited for virtual reality. I know it's done in the animation style of the show, but more VR developers should back away from this race for photorealism and just strive for entertaining content. Everything is vivid and crisp, and the stylized visuals take absolutely nothing away from immersion. The sound design is spot on. All of the voice acting, sound effects, and music are just as high quality as the show. Virtual reality offers us the ability to experience things that would be impossible otherwise. And having the blue line come and land right in front of me as I looked up, just taken aback by the sheer size of it, was one of the coolest things I've seen in VR. And while you don't have complete freedom when controlling the line, being inside the cockpit is one of the more immersive moments. Even just communicating with Allura and the other Paladins, you truly get the sense that you're inside this world and part of the team. Most VR video is grainy and unwatchable, but animated movies or shows are tailor-made for this format because the visuals are generated rather than filmed, making them much cleaner and much more pleasing to the eyes. The gameplay switches between watching an interactive movie, light puzzle solving, and some arcade-style on-rails shooting. I went into this expecting a short interactive movie. I was pleasantly surprised to see that there is a fair amount of actual gameplay. The puzzles are very easy and vary throughout the game. Usually they involve performing some sort of maintenance or preparing a particular weapon you need to fire. You shouldn't need any help solving any of the puzzles, but the game will nudge you in the right direction if you aren't completely clear on what you're supposed to be doing. I appreciate that it was designed to help everyone keep the pace. You do get to take control of the blue line and fly along a charted path with some maneuverability and the ability to shoot down enemy ships. During these sections, I actually enjoyed the control scheme. Using the Move controllers turned out to be much more immersive than it would have been to use the DualShock 4. The only disappointment was not getting the chance to control Voltron. Once the team formed him, he descended and promptly finished off the final boss as I stood on the ground and watched. This was cool, but I would have loved to have taken the reins of the legendary defender myself. Honestly, I would gladly just watch episodes from within the 3D space. It was cool to be standing on the ground looking up at Voltron and watching the battle take place as if I were there in person. It makes me think of the VR storytelling possibilities. How awesome would it be to experience Dragon Ball Super episodes from within that world? I say Dragon Ball Super. Is that the one the kids are watching these days. I watch mostly Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. I'm old. The point is, even if this were just watching Voltron in VR, it would have gotten high praise from me. As it stands, it's more than that. It's actually a very entertaining experience, especially if you're a Voltron fan. Right now, this game is $7 and change if you're a PlayStation Plus member, and it's well worth that price. Are you a big Voltron fan? Have you played VR Chronicles? Comment below and let me know what you thought. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope to bring you more VR reviews very soon.
It's overloaded, but not for long. It could power back up at any moment.
Lance, do you read me? I found a vulnerability deep within the intrusion's code base. It requires a special system. One that's had the most exposure. The Blue Lion.
Hear that, Blue? She called us special.
You need to redirect power through the Blue Lion system cores in a specific pattern. Utilizing the sonic cannon, you can broadcast a pulse that will burn the intrusion out of all connected systems.
A cascade effect. That would purge the corruption from all of our lions at the same time. Allura, that's brilliant.
Whatever it is, do it fast.
Our lives are in Lance's hands. We're doomed.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna save all of you. Even you, Keith.
I'm reading critical mass accumulation within the Robies.
And I'm guessing that's bad, right?
Well, it's powering back up, so yes, it's bad.
It's gone! Good work, Lance. Now let's finish this, once and for all. Everyone, form Voltron! Great work, everyone!
All right!
Yeah!
We are amazing!
Yeah! Another one bites the dust. Oh, I'm so good.